Good evening. I hereby call to order the January 29th, 2025 meeting of the Gaithersburg Historic District Commission. For our roll call, please answer present when I call your name. Deputy City Attorney Frank Johnson.
Present.
Director of Planning and Code Greg Mann.
Present.
Preservation Planner Kate San Gregorio.
Present.
Commissioner Vice Chairman John Roddy.
Present.
Commissioner Mary Jo LaFrance.
Present.
Commissioner Rudy Morgan.
Present.
And myself, Commissioner and Chairman Dean Ventola says present, and we have a quorum. And next then is our preliminary statement, which is as follows. This commission is empowered to meet and act under Article 12 of the City Code of Gaithersburg. The technical qualifications of the staff of this commission and members of this commission are on file with the City of Gaithersburg, are available on request to any applicant, and are hereby made a part of the legal record of each and every application heard tonight. Each application heard tonight is considered on its own merits and is not to be considered as establishing a precedent for any other application. Lastly, any member of the public who wishes to speak on one of tonight's applications will be given 3 minutes to address the HDC from the podium at the reserved time. But we ask that you refrain from speaking out from the audience and that you take any private conversations outside of the council chambers. Okay, does any commissioner have any conflicts of interest with any application being heard tonight?
Not a conflict of interest, but I should disclose that I am part of the Chestnut Meem Historic District.
Okay, thank you so much. Commissioner Roddy, anything?
No.
Commissioner Morgan? No?
No.
Okay, very good. Okay, next then is we have the election of our 2 officers. Each election is a separate multi-step process. So first up is the election of chair. Would someone like to nominate anyone for chair?
Yes, I would nominate Dean Ventola for chair.
Thank you so much. Is there a second?
Second.
Wonderful. Is there any other nominations? Does anybody else want to nominate anyone else for chair?
No.
No? No? Okay, and no? Okay, very good. Then can someone make a motion to close the nominations?
So moved.
And can I have a second?
Second.
And all those in favor of closing the nominations say aye.
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 Aye, so that would be 3-2-0 to 1 abstention. I will abstain. Next then is, now can we have someone formally elect the chair? Can someone make a motion to elect the nominated chair?
I would so
move.
move.
Okay, can I have a second?
Second.
Second, very good. All right. Then all those in favor of electing the nominee, I guess myself, as chair, say aye, or opposed, or abstain.
Aye.
Aye.
That would be 3-2-0 to 1, and motion passes. And thank you very much. I hope you guys are very pleased with what I've been doing over the years. And if you have any complaints, I don't want to hear them. Just joking. Please tell me anything that you guys want to see done differently. All right, next thing.
We're taking notes. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a whole bunch
Mr.
of
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
just for the clarity of the
Yes.
record, for the nominations, you did close the record, which is fine. And under Robert's rules, when there are no other nominees, when you just have one for each position, you can, as chair, simply say, there being no opposition, the members all being willing to serve in their offices are hereby elected.
Okay.
But the record should reflect that. You don't have to have a separate vote because you've really already done that in closing the record where there was only one.
Okay.
But just so our record is clear.
Okay, all right, well, thank you. Next up is the election of vice chair. Would someone like to nominate anyone for vice chair?
I'd like to nominate John Roddy.
And may I second it?
Second.
All right, very good. So are there any other nominations for vice chair? Would anyone else like to propose anyone else?
No.
No? No? And no for myself? Very good. All right, so then can someone make a motion to close the nominations?
I move to close the nomination.
Okay, and I'll second that. Okay, so all those in favor of closing the nominations say aye, opposed, or abstain?
Aye.
abstain.
Abstain? Okay, so that passes 3-0 to 1. Now, I'm going to need your help on this because I only wrote down part of it. There being no opposition and the person nominated is willing to serve, then I can claim based on the information that we have done and the votes that we have cast that that person is hereby elected. Congratulations, Vice Chairman John Ronnie.
Congratulations,
I'm only in
both
for
of
the
you.
money.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. All right, next then is,
And we will ensure the record reflects that that applies both to the chair and the vice chair positions.
oh, I should have asked. I made
That's
an
fine.
assumption. Thank you very
We're
much.
covered.
Okay, so next then is approval of the minutes from our November 29th meeting. Does any commissioner have any corrections or additions to the minutes? If so, please state so.
Nope, no.
No,
objection.
nothing? Very good. All right. You're good with that? All right, very good. So then I make a motion to adopt the minutes as written. May I have a second?
Second.
All right, then all those in favor say aye, or opposed or nay. Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Although I wasn't here, I saw it, I watched it, so I'm saying
Okay.
I saw that it happened.
So that would be 3-2-0-2-1. Very good. Motion passes to adopt the minutes as recorded. Next then is we have one historic area work permit review, which is HIST 10006-2025, the installation of patio and handicap ramp on the rear of 108 Meem Avenue in the R90 medium-density residential zone. May we have an introduction from staff, please?
Yep, okay. 108 Meem Avenue's application is HIST 10006-2025. This application comes before the HDC in accordance with Section 24-9.4 of the City Code. 108 Meem Avenue is contributing to the Chestnut Meem Historic District. And it is also known as the Michael Wallen House. These are the review criteria to base 108 Meem's discussion and decision on for tonight. The design guidelines don't directly address either request, but they do note that leniency should be granted for new construction. In the city code, we're only reviewing the exterior features. At the previous meeting, usage was discussed, which is not under the HDC's purview. We're considering how the changes relate to the structure and how they might impact the building and district. And the Secretary of the Interior Standards for Rehabilitation's guidelines have a pretty detailed accessibility section, but briefly to summarize, the accessibility features should be installed on a secondary elevation if possible, should avoid damage to historic materials, and should avoid obstructing character-defining features. So looking at the proposed ramp from those criteria, the rear is the least visible location. No historic fabric will be damaged. No character-defining features will be obscured, and it will be installed on new construction. On the right side here is a plan showing the patio location and where the ramp is going to go as well. The site plan was updated today, so it was not in the packet. And I'll note for some background that this was installed by a previous owner without a historic area work permit. This patio is not visible from the right-of-way. It will not damage or alter the appearance of the house, and slate would be an appropriate material. Staff recommends that the Historic District Commission, based on the exhibits submitted, the applicant's testimony, the staff report findings and recommendation, the Chestnut Meem design guidelines, and the Secretary of the Interior Standards for Rehabilitation, approve HIST 10006-2025, finding it in compliance with Chapter 24-9.4 of the City Code, with one condition, that the applicant is to provide staff with revised plans showing the ramp dimensions prior to issuance of the HOP.
Okay, thank you. Is the applicant here, present?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wonderful.
Good evening.
Welcome. Please
Thank
state your name, and I guess we already know your address.
My name is Shafaqat Ali. I'm the owner.
Okay. And would you like
My
to-
name is Khurshid Bilgrami. I'm the cousin and an engineer by profession, helping him out with the drawings.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Would you like to add anything to what's already been mentioned?
I would like to, my cousin here, Shafaqat Ali, who's the current owner, has purchased the house with the patio in place. And after he closed the property, he found out that this was not included in the initial plan that was submitted to the city and all that. So out of good faith, he had applied for a permit now, and then because this is at the rear of the property, it's not in the facing the front of the street, which is Chestnut Street. So I don't think it will impact anything in terms of the view of the front facade of the building. So we kindly request you to approve and legalize this patio.
Okay, thank you so much. Would you like to add anything before we move on?
No, I think that's good. Thanks.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. All right, so next then, the public is invited to speak. To indicate, let's see, first is if anybody wants to speak who's here now, you please come up to the podium and give us your thoughts, pro or con. Okay, no? All right, so then we'll go to anyone who may be online. To indicate that you want to make a comment, if you're on a computer or a laptop, move your mouse to the bottom center of the Zoom window and you should see a raise hand button pop up. Click on that button and then we can call on you. If you are dialing in on a telephone, please press *9 to raise your hand. And do we have anybody waiting online to speak?
Nope.
Nothing?
We have no one from the public online.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, so next then, let's hear from the commissioners. When I call your name, please state your thoughts and questions for the applicant. Commissioner Rada, you're up first.
Thank you. We appreciate that you did not install the patio, so that problem is not yours. I have no objection to what's before us.
Okay, wonderful. Commissioner LaFrance.
I also have no objection.
Okay, Commissioner Morgan.
I have a lot of questions. The patio say in place, so that was existing.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, check. The drawings that you have before us, it showed 3 steps, and the entrance to the house probably is about 4 inches high to get up to the house, right?
Yeah, from the 3 steps, these are like 20 inches high.
Yeah.
From
and then
from the patio top surface
Yeah.
to the entry, it's 20 inches.
when you land to open the door, it's about another 4 inches before you get into the finished elevation in the house. Okay.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
If this is it wheelchair bound ADA for ADA use for wheelchair bound?
We are trying to make the,
Yeah, that's
the
what-
entrance
that's what I'm-
accessible.
My
Yes.
point is, you can't have a step down. You can't roll a wheelchair in.
I know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get in somewhere.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Forgive me then.
establish some facts here.
Forgive me for that.
Because the drawings, so 3 stairs, and then when it came to the door, there's nothing, there's no information showing the elevation, if there's a change from that landing to the house. The drawing also indicate install proposed ADA ramp, right? So ADA has requirement. I see you have 11 feet on the drawing, and also the recommendation shows that you have to provide dimension prior to insurance of the HAWP, right?
Right.
Okay, so is there a difference what I'm looking at, 11 feet, than what the commission is asking you to submit? Would it be a difference in the length?
Okay, how do I got that 11-foot length is there are modular ADA ramps which are commercially available.
I saw that.
And so the website is also mentioned, and on the website, you can plug in how much height you are going up to. So I measured, field measured from the top of the patio grade to the platform at the entry of the doorway.
Okay.
Then that was 20 inches. So when I plugged in that number, it spit out 11 feet, complying with the ADA 1 to 12 requirement of the ramp.
All right, okay,
And that spitted out the length 11 foot.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. I think my only recommendation would be that it meets ADA requirement, and I think you alluded to that. So that 18 inches plus that 4 inches that I mentioned. You got to take that into consideration because once the person gets to
Once-
the entrance, you have to be.
Once the
Yeah.
person lands
Yeah.
lands there,
Yeah.
so you have the door frame, and then you have a small lip of
Yeah.
3.5
Yeah.
inches,
Yeah.
or even in some instances 4 inches. So these commercial places which are selling these modular ramps, they also sell for these
small.
type of doors the small ramps that attaches to the door. So it's
Takes you up.
yeah. These
Yeah.
commercial sellers, and there's one in Baltimore which we also checked. They sell completely from the top of the, in our case, patio grade to as the person on a wheelchair, the ADA accessible should properly make it all the way into the house.
Okay.
So they have all kinds of stuff which they sell and they come and install for us.
All right. The last thing I have, did you consider doing a customized ramp that matches the material of that, the railing that you have? Did you consider that? Was there any consideration?
I mean, we haven't decided that, but yeah, we'll try to make it as much as possible, the existing one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I have.
Okay, very good. So everybody's, how about, everybody spoke? Did anybody want to add anything further?
Just to make sure there's enough turning around room for the chair,
Okay, all right.
because you have the door open.
Yeah.
If it opens out,
Yeah.
you got to make sure there's enough room
No,
once the
doors
person
open
is up there.
inside.
The doors open inside, but that's an excellent point. The turnaround space required for ADA is 5 by 5. And the new provide guidelines, which are about to set in place for the counties and all that,
Yeah.
for the state of Maryland. So we have 5 by 5
Okay, good.
platform in front of the door, the horizontal space to turn around.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I
Thank
just
you.
have one more. You said 1 to 12. Just the 2 stairs, that's about 12 inches. That should be like 12 feet. It should be 18 feet.
Exactly what I was
Yeah,
going to say.
yeah. So I think you're off a little bit. And I just want to make sure that if it's ADA, it has to apply correctly. That's what I.
That's very, it's an excellent point. Did everybody speak before I have anything else further before I go?
Go ahead.
Okay, really simple. What Commissioner Morgan said is maybe a big issue for you. You must be, by law, that is, by the federal law, you have to be 1 to 12 for an ADA ramp. And from my experience, if you are going up 18 inches to the landing, maybe I wrote that down wrong, plus an additional 4 inches for the step up, you need to be at 22-inch rise. And so generally, it's 22 feet long. And so 11 feet on your diagram may not work. So that's what we're proposing as to you to look into, because that's really critical, because it'll perhaps be twice as long as what you're showing.
Yeah.
And if it is, then I think we need you guys to come back and show us what you're actually proposing. Because right now, it's just a single length.
If I could recommend,
Sure.
obviously, this will need a building permit reviewed by the city as well. If the commission is inclined, we could just condition that or expand upon the first condition to allow staff to confirm that it meets the ADA requirements and sign off on that and allow them to restrict a building permit without coming back to the commission.
Well, then why don't we do this? Because the thing is that it would matter to us, I think, the configuration of the ramp. So what about the idea of a switchback? What that does is, right now, you've got it this length here.
Yes, and then you
And
turn.
yeah, it just switches back that
Yeah.
way. We can prove that now, if that's what you're thinking you may want to do.
That's what, if the requirement is 1:12, and if it requires extra length, then I will do a 5 by 5 for the turnaround and then do additional 11 foot.
Right, but it would be parallel then, not
Yeah.
perpendicular. Because I'm just asking, what do you prefer?
Perpendicular
Oh, so it would be perpendicular, okay.
Okay.
An L shape.
Yeah.
with enough turning space,
Yeah.
5 by 5.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So can we see the plan again then, please?
If I remember correctly, I think the original plan did show it as an L shape,
Okay.
which would be able to, I think, accommodate
Okay.
that the additional length that's being required,
Okay.
or being required.
All right, so that's what the owner is proposing to do. So as a commission, let's take that into consideration when we vote on it. So anybody have anything further on the commission? No further thoughts? Okay, so then I then am open to a motion to approve or deny this application with or without amendments. And let us, may I offer the suggestion, put in the motion that we will allow an additional length of the ramp to meet code, and that can be at a 90-degree angle with, of course, the required 5x5 turnaround space. So I'm looking for a motion to approve or deny this application with or without amendments.
I would move that the commission vote to approve HIST 10006-2025 based on the findings, the staff report, findings and recommendation, the Chestnut Meem design guidelines, the Secretary of the Interior standards for rehabilitation, and finding that this is in compliance with section 24-9.4 of the city code with that condition as the chair has laid out to allow for an additional length so as to meet the code requirements.
Could we also add to the condition ADA compliance?
Yes.
I think that covers.
Yes. Okay.
And the
very good.
first condition that the city staff.
Okay. So that yours will be condition 3 then. John's is condition 2. The
Okay.
city's is condition 1. So there'll be 3 conditions.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. All right, so motion has been made. Can we have a second?
Second.
All right, so then all those in favor of the motion as stated with the amendments. Aye if you support the motion, nay if you don't, abstain if you wish. Commissioner Roddy?
Aye.
Commissioner Alphonse?
Aye.
Commissioner Morgan?
Aye.
Commissioner Ventola says aye. So it passes 4-0. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And by the way, the photos of your home look beautiful.
Thank you.
And that really neat patio. It said it was copper slate. Or is that like copper infused in the slate?
It's
What
a
is that?
slate, I think, copper slate.
What is copper slate? I'm not familiar with the term.
I don't know, it's a slate with the tan color, basically.
Kind of rusty.
Rusty.
Is it rusty?
Yeah,
Is it
like rusty
actual
color,
copper or
yeah.
they just put the color in?
No,
Just curious.
I don't think it's actual copper.
I think it's infused into.
Something,
Right.
yeah.
Right, but he's saying
Gives
he
that
doesn't
rusty
think it's
look.
actual copper. I was just curious. Because I've never heard of copper slate, but I've heard of, veins, of copper veins in slate, which is really beautiful. Anyway, your photos are beautiful and good luck to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is a tax credit application, which is HIST-10004-2025, Historic Tax Credit Certification at 605 Steinbeck Avenue in the MXD Mixed Use Development Zone. May we have an introduction from staff, please?
HIST 10004-2025 is at 106 Steinbeck Avenue. This is an application for historic tax credits. It is individually designated as part of the England Crown Farm, and the applicant seeks $19,123.25 in tax credits for roof replacement, chimney repair, and replacement of gutters and downspouts. I pulled a few slides directly from the application for reference. This is before photos of the roof, which was approved as HIST-9745-2024. And then the chimney repair was regular maintenance, which did not require a historic area work permit. So staff recommends that the Historic District Commission certify by motion that HIST 10004-2024 is eligible for participation in the Montgomery County Historic Preservation Tax Credit Program.
Okay, I think maybe you said 2024, so I just want to just confirm just 2025.
2025.
Whether you did or didn't, just 2025. I don't want the tax credit going to someone else. All right, very good. Hi, welcome. Please state your name and tell us anything you want us to know to help us decide whether or not you should get this tax credit.
Charlie Scott,
I'm Lisa Scott.
and nothing else to add. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm convinced. Thank you. All right. So anything from the public? I see that there's nobody interested in coming up to the podium at this time. So do you think we have anyone who may be waiting online or phoning in?
Nope, no one.
No one? Okay, very good. All right. So next then is, let's hear from the commission. When I call your name, please state your thoughts and questions for the applicant. Commissioner Roddy.
I believe that the actions proposed, undertaken, and for which the tax credit is proposed are essential to the maintenance of the integrity of the building, all the more so given the age and the fact that it's a wood frame. I have no problem with it whatsoever.
All good comments. Thank you. All right. Commissioner LaFrance.
I think it's all certifiable work.
Okay, very good. Commissioner Morgan?
No comment, just congratulations. Good work, keeping up the building. Appreciate it.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
And I myself, I recall seeing a lot of those photos of the rotting details, the woodwork. I remember this from years and years and years ago when they first presented this house to us. I was in shock that it got that way, or that they had to live with it, the original owners, I guess, and then now yourselves. That is a mess. And boy, I saw the prices that you guys paid to invest in your home. And so I'm sure now that it's complete, you must be so happy. So
Yes.
Yes,
you have a beautiful
for sure.
home, and the workmanship, by the way, looks terrific, because one of the worst things that I've seen is point-up work in brick. Generally, never a good job. But these people did a wonderful job. I think they did great. So I think you replaced the entire chimney, removed it.
Right.
Is it both of them?
Use the same brick, but then
Yeah.
everything was.
The replaced
Wow,
only
you
down
used-
to the roof line, not.
Right, but you use
not
the same
internal.
brick. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That is wonderful. Wow.
They were excellent.
And it's beautiful. They did a beautiful job. All right. So next then is I am open to a motion to approve or deny this tax credit. And so can someone give me a motion?
Sure. I move that we approve the staff recommendation that we certify by motion that HIST 10004 2025 is eligible for participation in the Montgomery County Historic Preservation Tax Credit Program.
Okay. Does anyone want to entertain any amendments to that?
Nope.
Okay, very good. All right, so the motion's been made, so may I have a second? Second. Okay, so we're going to take a vote. If you support this motion, please say aye. Nay, if you don't, abstain if you wish. Commissioner Roddy.
Aye.
Commissioner LaFrance.
Aye.
Commissioner Morgan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Ventola says aye. Passes to 4-0. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you'll be happy to know, I think, in recent years, they increased the percentage that they're paying to the amount that you're getting. I think it's 25%, isn't that right?
Yeah.
No?
I believe it's 25%.
How much? How much?
I think so.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. I think it is 25%.
Yeah, I thought so, but I see people shaking their heads. I think it is. I could be wrong, and so don't take my word for it. It has nothing to do with that other than approve. And hopefully hopefully it's more, the more the better for you. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, so next then is anything from the commissioners. John?
Nope.
Mary Jo?
Well, yes, I just wanted to mention that sometimes, because it's been so long between applications, we forget to suggest to an applicant about materials that can be used to satisfy their needs and our desires for historic preservation. So I was going to remind everyone that if we had an issue, let's say hypothetically, with windows and how many lights, that there are Mullen kits available so that you could have 1/1, then 2/2, or 1/2.
So you use plate glass, but then put the mullions in, the
So
muntins in?
there's a lot of, I might not be pronouncing it properly, is it muttons?
With an N, muntin.
Muntin. So we need to remember that in the case where an applicant might need that information, and that way the windows can be respectfully with the property and the connection to it.
Interesting. Are those wood?
I did a brief lookup online. If the applicant is using like vinyl windows, they're certainly vinyl. Now, as far as wood goes, I'm not exactly sure how that
I have found
works,
wood and vinyl.
but I
Yeah,
believe there's
wonderful,
wood too.
wonderful. That's great.
So we need to,
That is great.
share that kind of information so that the continuity of the historic property is met, and the customer doesn't have to go to the trouble of custom-made windows.
Wonderful. Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Rudy?
Don't have anything.
All right, and I don't have anything as well. Anything from staff? Frank?
Nothing tonight. Happy New Year, though.
Happy
Thank
New
you.
Year.
Greg?
I have one announcement tonight, so I sent the email to the commission about this, but Jasmine Forbes has been with the city for over 10 years, and she has recently been promoted to the community planning manager. I'm very excited for this new role for her. You'll see her at all your meetings moving forward, just like you used to see me. I'm still around. You'll still see me as well, but you may not see me at every meeting, but you're in great hands with both Kate and Jasmine moving forward. So I wanted to make that announcement for you guys tonight.
Congratulations and welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Excited.
Glad you're on board.
Because I think that the 10+ years I've been here, I think I've only been before the commission 3 times.
3 times.
For
I
application.
remember all 3. All right, Kate?
I do have a couple administrative approvals that I did. 108 Meem for a fence, 22 Brooks Avenue for tree removal, and 26 Brooks Avenue for a garage door replacement, which is on a non-contributing resource.
Well, thank you. All right. And Jasmine, you're on my list for anything from staff. Would you like to throw anything further, or did you already speak?
Nope, I don't have anything, just that I'm excited
Wonderful.
to be more involved with the HDC in this new capacity.
Wonderful. Well, thank you and welcome. All right, we are hereby adjourned.